Hey there, this is Lance Patrick with Oakhurst Hospice, Director of Patient Care Services. Just wanting to go over a couple of things for our new hire LVNs. This is, at least for documentation purposes, this is the first page that you'll usually run into when you first log in to our EMR. With that being said, you would not be having probably some of this. You don't really even need to have any of this. The thing that you need to have is all in this tab, patient demographics. So first place we go, patient demographics. And then, oh, looky here, I'm a patient. Great, not yet. But one day maybe we'll see. So you are usually only going to need a couple of places, or need to go to a couple of places to chart. The first one is going to be, sometimes you might use communication, but usually no. Sometimes you might use discharge. That's if you're doing continuous care, you're doing a death visit. The things that you need to fill out for if there's a death or something of the sort is discharge, death, and disposal. We'll go over that a little bit later. Next up is going to be medications and treatments for new orders from the physician and so on, or if orders need to be canceled. Usually LVNs communicate with the case managers to have some of these things done, but if you're directly if you're the visiting nurse for the patient and you have direct care pretty frequently, certainly inform the case manager, but it's fine for you to be putting in orders, and it helps the case manager out, obviously, because generally speaking, they have a whole lot of cases, and a whole lot of visits, and a lot of balls to be juggling, as they say. And then next up, and you would say the bread and butter is going to be here. It's going to be in progress notes. For PRN visits, for regular nursing visits, let's say if you have a caseload and you have a few patients and whatnot, this is where you're going to do all that, nursing progress notes. Let's say if the patient has passed, you were doing continuous care, doing a death visit, post-mortem note is what you'll be doing. So you have discharge, death, and disposal, post-mortem note. Two key things that you'll be needing to fill out for if someone passes. But beyond that, I will actually do separate videos for all these things so that you can go ahead and just pick the things you need to have review upon. A little bit more just for your own information. This is obviously the demographics page right here. This is where you're going to find where they're at, their address. Down here, you have authorized representative emergency contact, and this is where you'll usually find if they have DPOA. If they're not their own DPOA, this is where you'll find it. So spouse, partner, type, usually DPOA first, or whatever, next of kin. And yeah, this is where you'll find their contact information. If you're wondering where the physician is, usually it's right here. Obviously, I didn't populate it because this is not a real patient broker. So, yep, this is pretty much it. Mortuary information, if it's been gone over by MSW, the social worker, and so on, this is where it's going to be. Otherwise, if it's not here, then usually just go ahead and ask the social worker. If it's 4 o'clock in the morning, you have to talk to the family anyways for death and disposal and all that stuff. So, to inform them of the patient passing, let's say if they're not there. So that's another, you'll be able to talk to them, or you can ask them when you call them to inform, in case they do not have a mortuary already stated. But beyond that, I think we'll move on to the next video. Thank you.